Harry's going to be hosting and organizing the convention next year as part of PSA Belgium. And Harry's an interesting person because he's either neither a Dutch nor a Belgian. And that's why he's so capable about talking about the difference between the Belgians and the Dutch. So without further ado, I give you a Dutch-Belgian, a Belgian-Dutch guy, Harry van Hest.
Thank you, Bas. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. An American couple went to their favorite travel agent and they said, we would like to book a trip to Belgium. The travel agent says, hey, it's a great idea. And what do you want to do in the afternoon? I know we have a small country. And as he said, I'm sitting on the two chairs. I'm Dutch, my nationality is Dutch, but I'm born and raised in Antwerp, Belgium. So, Belgium, what to think about a country that has national symbols, a little peeing boy, and iron balls. Belgium is a very small country, but it's the middle of the world, as you can see. That's because the first chart is drawn in Belgium. But years ago, so 500 years ago, Belgium and Holland were united. We were speaking about the United Netherlands. This was, it's a little bit more explicit. Here you see Holland, it stops here, and this was Belgium at the time. Now, this is the result. 1830, only in 1830, we became independent. We'll talk about that a little bit later, when we kicked, when they kicked the Dutch out of Belgium. Okay, so this is the situation, Belgium now. A Flemish part and a French part. That makes it difficult. Belgium was also always the battlefield of Europe. We had all those people ruling over us, and I'm especially interested in the Spanish. Because maybe you know the expression, remember the Alamo. Well, for the Belgians, that means remember the Spanish. Because at that moment, when they ruled over us, or over them, I don't know how to split it, but as soon as the Spanish came in our country, we had difficulties about the religion. In November 1576, the Isaac, or Daesh, from that time, was ruling in Antwerp. They killed the people, they raped the women, even the children were killed, because the people in the northern part of Europe tried and intend to become Protestant. But the Spanish were fanatic Catholics. So that made the clash. And the Protestants, they are thinking completely different compared with the Catholics. We know that. And the thing is that a lot of Belgian, I mean, the southern Netherlands people, fled up to the north. 200,000 people moved to the north. We can compare that with what we have nowadays. And they were accepted. In Leiden alone lived 70% of Belgians at that time. Maybe because the spoken word is for the Protestant people more important than for the Catholics. Maybe that's one of the reasons for us as speakers to realize that that's also the reason why the speaking business in Holland, England, Germany, Scandinavian countries, Protestant countries, is more developed. more wanted, more respect for the spoken word than in the southern part of Europe. Luxembourg, one agency, Arthur told me. Belgium, we were the first Belgian agency 14 years ago. The first for more than 12 years. Now there is a second. So the speaking business is not as developed in the south as in the north. Okay, the real bankruptcy of Antwerp and the southern part of Europe was a moment that the Spanish closed the Scheldt. The river, here you see, that ends, well, just in Belgium, Holland, on the border. This was the result after the Spanish problems, this part Catholic, this part very roughly Protestant. And that meant, as I was speaking about bankruptcy, the end of the golden age in Flanders, Belgium, and the start of the golden age in Holland. We left the historical lineup with the Spanish. Let's make a jump to Mr. Napoleon. He ruled also over the both countries and others. And he had his Waterloo on the 18th of 1815. Thanks to the British, the Germans, the Dutch, and the Belgians, who were fighting against Napoleon. But there happened one thing, very important for the Dutch people. The Dutch crown prince fell off his horse and broke his leg or something. So he became a hero of the Battle of Waterloo. And after the exile of Napoleon, the Congress in Vienna said, hey, he fell down, he broke his leg, he's a hero. So let's put Holland and Belgium together, and then the King of Holland can reign over the both countries. Yes. Yeah. But the Belgians took a revenge. Revolution, you know, 1830. Yes, we are the best. We kicked the Dutch out. And they did. They were winning. And then as soon as the Dutch were disappeared, the Belgians started quarreling about the colors of the flag. First, was that the idea? No, that's too Dutch. This one, well, I don't like the lining. Okay, let's do this. The same lining as you have in France. Because the French helped the Belgians to kick the Dutch out of Belgium. But we were independent, 1813. We had to find a king somewhere. We found him in Holland, in London, sorry. No, we didn't want. But the thing is that we have now, well, a strange situation. We have Holland, mainly Protestant. The king and the queen are Protestant. Here we have Belgium, the king and the queen are Catholic. We have a Flemish part where they speak Dutch, the same language as the Dutch. And we have a French part in Belgium. So, oh yeah, first, the Dutch king didn't agree immediately because 1813, but it was only in 1842, 43, that the paperwork was done. So, this is the situation nowadays. In the middle, the orange part is Brussels. Belgium is not the Netherlands. Belgium, where we have a Flemish part, where we speak Dutch, and we have Wallonia, where we speak French. And those two parts have everything in common except the language. Everything in common except the language. The Netherlands Dutch and the Flanders Dutch have nothing in common except the language. And then the resemblance, the language, well, we speak the same language, but it's as the British and the Americans, you know. But it's especially the mentality, the way of thinking is completely different. For instance, the Dutch, they have a national feeling. We are great. We are. The orange is the color of their House of Kings. That's, they believe in orange every time, everywhere. They know how to put focus on their flag. the Belgians do the same. They put their flag on a mop. That's another thing. The Dutch, they have a national hymn. But they don't know that the national hymn of Wilhelmus is written by a Belgian from Antwerp, the mayor from Antwerp in Belgium. and they stole the lyrics in France. Why they? But you know, that's their king is a man of the people, with the people, and for the people. He plays. He's really feeling very well with the common people. The Belgian king is more severe. He's more shy, but not every time. And sometimes that's the Dutch. And because we are friends now, the Dutch and the Belgians, they are working together in the military. So the armies, we work together. And this is a little bit an inside joke for the Belgians and the Dutch, because the Dutch, they like to go on a holiday with a caravan. It's not that expensive, you know. That,
But our door is on the other side.
yeah. But I said Belgium is important, and this is a little bit of seriousness. Belgium is the center of Europe, very small and not dangerous. So we are neutral. And that's why the NATO is installed in Brussels. That's why the European Community is installed in Brussels. That's why the first European president was a Belgian. And the Belgians make fun of everything, even of our president. We compare him with E.T. Yeah, that's, and we have a lot of chocolate in Belgium. Each year, 220,000 tons of chocolate are produced. And we make fun of our own chocolate, of course, and we use it for several purposes. We have also a lot of beers. As you know, we are famous for our beers. And we make fun of the Dutch beer. There's also an inside joke for that. It's a CEO in Holland who rules over Heineken, who is Belgian. And then we have an American presenter, and he jokes about the Belgian beer. Let's listen to him.
Thank you. Okay. And another thing. America's in deep doo-doo. Housing market's a mess. All our oil is under other countries somehow. Hold on, I got some pressing business I need to do some investigative attention to. There you go. All right. Oh, let the sweet darkness cover me. That is the stuff. Now, on top of everything else, Anheuser-Busch, the maker of Budweiser, agreed this morning to sell itself to InBev, a brewer from Belgium. Belgium! The only country that makes Luxembourg feel good about themselves. Well, as soon as I heard, I started drinking nonstop. Before those waffle humpers changed the formula. This here still tastes American. Well, that is like a hot summer day at the ballpark next to a Clydesdale ranch run by cowgirls in bikinis. And what gets me... What gets me is Anheuser-Busch finally perfected the taste of Bud Light by adding lime to it. Well, that's a perfect beer flavor. A hot summer day at the ballpark next to a Clydesdale ranch, run by cowgirls in bikinis with lime. Oh, I love you so much. Ugh. This is a travesty, nation. Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. I have to drink every time I say nation. Oh. Nation. This is America's beer. We cannot let a bunch of Belgians take it. I don't want to have to watch Super Bowl ads starring Hercule Poirot. Besides, we all know how Belgians bottle their beer. That little boy statue pees in it. I just love my nation so much. I love its beer so much. Man, I'm wasted. All right, hold on. I need something to kill my buzz, really bring me down. What do we got here? There you go. Bush. Oh. Oh, that is a rude awakening. I am as sober as a judge.
So, the only thing that I can say as closure, that's welcome to Belgium. Next year, we are preparing a nice convention in Antwerp. And be careful, because I was talking about the chocolate and about the beer and the other good foods. That's typical for the southern part of Europe, you know. Well, this gentleman visited Belgium, but he stayed too long, and this was the result. So be careful. But anyhow, be welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Harry van Hest.
Thank you.